In this problem, we will be going over problems of grams to grams. So we will be going from grams of Al to grams of Al2O3. So it's between two compounds. So we will be going from mass A to mole A, and then to mole B, and then to mass B. So we will be using the conversions of 1 mole over molar mass, then the molar ratio of the first compound, the molar ratio of the second compound, and then the mass of the second compound. First, we have to balance out the reaction. So here we see that there are 3 O's on the right and 2 on the left. So in order to balance that out, we will multiply it by 2 on the right and 3 on the left to equal 6. And then we have 4 aluminums as we multiplied it by 2, such that we need 4 on the left, and then it's a balanced equation. Then we are determining if you were given 74 grams of Al, how many grams of Al2O3 would be produced. So 74.00 grams of Al is given, and we want to figure out the grams of Al2O3. So we start off with the given, which is 74.00 grams of Al. Then we multiply that by the molar ratio, which we were saying that we need to first determine the 1 mole over the grams of Al, so 1 mole of Al over the grams of Al, which is 26.98 grams of Al. Then we move on to see what the molar ratio is. So there are 4 moles of Al for every 2 moles of Al2O3. And then we could move on to mass B. So in 1 mole of Al2O3, we are given 139.8 grams of Al2O3. Which then we can go back to the equation and see if everything's going to cross out. Grams of Al crosses out, moles of Al crosses out, moles of Al2O3 crosses out, which we are left with grams of Al2O3, which that is our final answer. And we need to pay attention to the sig figs. We need to look at the problem how we started it, which is 4 sig figs, because 74.00 has 4 sig figs, and we end up with an answer of 139.8 grams of Al2O3. Giving us 4 sig figs also. Moving on to the next problem. If you were given 64 grams of O2 are given, how many grams of Al would be needed to react with that oxygen? So we are trying to figure out the grams of Al. We will be going in the same pathway as the previous problem and that we've seen in the diagram in the introduction. So we are starting off the given 64.00 grams of O2 times 1 mole of O2 over the molar mass, so 32 grams of O2. And then we will be multiplying it by the molar ratio of Al to O2. So we are given 4 moles of Al in the reaction from the previous valency reaction that we balanced over 3 moles of O2. And then we will be going through the next pathway, which is molar mass over 1 mole, in order to cancel out all the units, which later on we will check if we cancel out all the units. So 26.98 grams of Al in 1 mole of Al. And now we can check that grams of O2 have been crossed out. Moles of O2 can be also crossed out. Moles of Al can be crossed out. That we are left with only the grams of Al with our final answer of 71.95 grams of Al. Once again, paying attention to the sig figs, since we have started off with our given with 4 sig figs, and 64.00 has 4 sig figs, that's how we will end our answer also, with 4